everyone, it's Esther from Esther-Astro-Healing, and this is my part 2 from my initial video about Mercury retrograde. So if you didn't watch my first video, I'm going to leave link below for your convenience. So I do recommend for you to look at it. This video, I'm going to have a short video. I don't want to take much time from your schedule. Mercury retrograde, 3 to 4 times a year, and definitely we often can hear, but this is something very, very unique about this Mercury retrograde for a variety of reasons. You're gonna really, if you're gonna listen to my first video, plus the Mercury retrograde start really in the most important period of time during the year when we prepare for a new year. We call Rosh Hashanah, but it's really New Year for our soul, for our destiny. It will determine the way how we will prepare and how we're gonna arrive to the days of 2 days of judgment of Rosh Hashanah. Will determine the year to come. Now, if you do not practice Kabbalistic knowledge, or you're not part of the Jewish community, in order that it has nothing to do with to be Jewish. Rosh Hashanah, the New Year for the soul, was given absolutely to every human being. And as you know, and I hope you know, and you perhaps maybe feel it, end of the day, there will be really no religious as a religious institution. It's really, we're going to stay with spirituality, but still, in order for us to understand what spirituality, there's the rules of creation and engagement, how the universe works, what is the cause and effect. So it's really important for us to study, to understand, in order to avoid the chaos and to connect to our higher self. Now, before I'm going to continue, I will ask my amazing teacher, Raf Burke, to give us a little bit perspective. What is really consciousness? How we are responsible for everything what's happening in our life, and how for us to be even more in charge and to be really creator our own show, and to understand the responsibility and the power was given to us by the creator. And perhaps some of us don't really have enough knowledge yet to understand and to really use it, but your soul knows everything. So we're really here in a nutshell to refresh our memory of our soul, of our higher self, why we're here, and how we in this dimension can really play a role of the creator. So I will welcome you, invite you to listen to my amazing teacher, and then I will continue with the 12 signs.
Angels. Are there angels? Are there angels? How do they look? How do they behave? Who are they? What are they? And how do I connect with these angels? Or maybe it's only Yaakov. You must be a Yaakov. So what purpose does the Bible serve for us today? Therefore, the Zohar goes into this discussion of consciousness. When Yaakov sent Malachim, he was preparing himself for war. Where is the war being fought? On the battlefield, or is the war being fought at headquarters? There's got to be a strategy. If there's got to be a strategy, you're talking about what? Consciousness. He figures out the whole war where? On the desk, on the table. Is that true or not? That would be a smart general. So in other words, everything that we even do in our own lifetime, it's an imbecile who goes ahead and doesn't think in advance, or the smart individual who thinks it through before. The battle that's going on between Yaakov and Esav is the battle that each and every single individual goes through each and every single day of his life. The battles of uncertainty, the battles of not knowing what to do. Now I can see maybe this is getting interesting. Now maybe even the Bible will tell me how I can win the war. Which war? My war. So it all really boils down to not what's going on outside, but what's going on inside. This is what the Zohar means by angels. So there isn't something called angels. Malachim means consciousness. That is what the Zohar says. Ba Adam litaer nichna hayetzer hara lefanav. And if a person wants to purify himself, if he just thinks that way, nichna hayetzer hara lefanav, that evil inclination, that negative cosmic thought energy, intelligence becomes subjected. The fact that he wants to be litaher, va'yamin sholet ala smol, and then the right shall rule over the left, ushnehem. Now this is the most startling declaration of the Zohar that I have ever seen. The positive, but also the negative, will also assist this individual b'kol derachav shehu holeh, in every aspect that he goes. V'zer shekatuv, and this is what it means, ki malachav yitzaveh lach lishmarcha b'chol derachecha. You shall command those angels or those consciousness or those two entities, and they shall watch you in everything that you do. When an individual is thinking in terms of what? Of sharing. Litaher. What does tahor mean? Purity. It's the opposite of tameh. When he is tahor, meaning what? When he is in a circuit of energy, when he is in a field of circuit of energy, which means what? There is sharing, there is receiving, there's a balance between the both, then these two consciousness will watch over him, says the Zohar, and nothing and nobody will ever be able to touch him. Nothing and nobody will ever be able to touch him. This is what is being discussed here. Yaakov was already, as a general would do, prepare all of his logistics before the battle. And this is what he was doing. He was contemplating. He was looking inside, not outward. He was looking within. Was he b'shleimut? Was he complete? If he was complete, then he had nothing to fear. If he was complete, if he was not complete, then what does it mean he was not complete? It means that maybe negativity within him was more pronounced. There was more activity of negativity, of ratzon lekabel, of desire to receive, more so than desire to share. Then he'd have to worry. Then he would have to worry. But as long as he could look at himself and look in the mirror and say that as much as I have asked for myself, so have I also concentrated on sharing. These two aspects, if they exist within the individual, then what had happened here can happen with everyone in his own personal life. So states the Zohar.
Okay, guys, I want to thank my amazing teacher Rav to give us a perspective of Kabbalist Tzaddik. And now really shortly, I want to explain to you, just to refresh your memory, we are Mercury retrograde in Virgo, in sign of Virgo, from September 9 to October 1st, October 2nd. In some position, it's actually September 10 to October 2nd. And this is really, really special, Mercury retrograde, like I mentioned in my first video, because of the big involvement of the Jupiter. And we have to be so grateful to the Creator by giving us, you can see in the sky, I'm sharing with you, how in a position, Mercury in a position with Jupiter. And as well, if you follow me on Facebook, I do encourage you to follow me on Facebook, because almost a few times a week, I do post a few articles, short articles, and explain exactly the position and what's happening. And as well, there's a short article I did place about the Mercury and Jupiter and specific, really, really positive and important days. We better not to miss it and to connect. And we need to remember, really, Mercury is the oily planet, is the smallest, really, planet in our solar system, and it's innermost planet of, it's the translator, scribe between moon and sun. So it's it's the fastest planet of the solar system. It's really directly located under the sun. It's really quick thinker. It's rational, right? So therefore, it's in a way, the translator to the moon. And moon, it's all about emotions. It's all about our inner self, our inside world. And Mercury is symbolized in our natal chart and in general the energy and why Mercury was placed in our solar system exactly the second to the sun is the planet of communication, consciousness, our speech skills. And by the way, I do not practice Western astrology. According to ancient astrology, it rules astrology. So if you do have very strong Mercury in your chart, and especially if you have a Gemini, you in potentially can really have a lot of knowledge about astrology, even from your past lives. So while the moon reflects our emotion, right, Mercury reflects our logic, our rationality, and it's used the clever intellect, seriously to analyze, sort, and classify things. And if you are in skills, you really need to use a lot of your logic in your mind and your memory. Mercury extremely important in your chart. When I do personal charts of my clients and students with the Mercury, the way how he plays, there's so many aspects with Mercury. I can tell you a lot of things about the way how your mind work and how perhaps to avoid some challenges in using fully your Mercury and to activate your memory and to activate your logic, but more from spiritual perspective. It's really helping us to articulate the complex ideas. It's governed air sign, right? Gemini and the earth sign Virgo. And this is why his position right now in Virgo is so important. It's one of the best auspicious position for Virgo. And it's Gemini, it's all about output, while Virgo, it's all about input, right? Because Virgo, it's all about details, and Gemini, it's all about quickly on top. Gemini, it's about get information, share information. Virgo, it's all about consistency. It's all about the details to be will go to the depth of the things, right? And it's all Mercury. It's tremendous important planet. Don't forget, is the planet which is both represent science, represent human body. And usually Mercury take from 13 to 14 days to transit from one sign to another, and it's about 3 to 4 times a year we have Mercury retrograde. Okay, and it's always best to finish what you start before Mercury retrograde, just to be more on the safe side, to have, so to say, the cosmic energy to support you, right? You still can continue plan and to do your homework. And what really amazing how loving creator is, giving us opportunity 3 to 4 times a year to pause, to be more present, to realize, and to come back to homework and to analyze things and to evaluate things. And perhaps, many times when Mercury becomes stationary again, we can look it back and we can change our minds. We think, oh, what I was planning, it's actually better to a little bit to adopt here idea and maybe to take a different approach. This is really important, Mercury retrograde. And just for you two guys to understand, 85% of people in the planet Earth born during the Mercury retrograde. So it's mean it's your normal state. It's just you born to while you want to make a decision. It's recommended with people who born during the Mercury retrograde to do your homework, double homework, even during the Mercury, in a progression or stationary. Now let's go to the 12 signs. I'm going to start with the first house, and the first position was given to Virgos. And Virgo, Mercury retrograde, it's your sign, it's your planet, and it's really in your natal chart. It's rule your 10th in your first house, your career, your personality. So now it's extremely important for you. You're even gonna think suddenly you want to change something about your appearance. You want to change something about you. Really, in general, you live your approach to your life. This is how big it is for you, Virgo. You understand? So it's all about you. And look at this. This is exactly the period of time. Virgo in Hebrew is Betula. And Betula is the time of tshuva, of to return, to come back to ourselves, to our inner self. It's so beautiful. It's how loving the Creator to give us this cosmic energy now. When I look at the sky, what's happening in the sky, it's like I'm telling you, such a perfect intelligence create this dimension for us and all the sky positions with the stars just to support us. It's amazing, amazing. And uh, one thing I do recommend for you, Virgos, really try as more as possible to control how you look at the details. Don't preoccupy too much with the small details. Don't look at things and think, oh, how can I imperfect even more? Just see everything already as a perfect. This is the home for you, Virgo. Okay, good luck to you, Virgo. Now for rising moon. For Leo, again, guys, it's all about rising on moon. I do recommend to check both. And remember, do not check under Western astrology calculation. Go to the sidereal sky, and it's direct sky, okay? And direct sky system, fixed science system. For Leo, guys, for you, Mercury retrograde in your second house, and remember in your natal chart, it's in your 11th in your second house. So it's really interesting because it represents in natal chart your communication as well, your friendship, your siblings. And it does represent the money, how you take money approach. For Leos, it's always recommend don't be too quick the way how you buy things or make a decision with the money, especially now during the Mercury retrograde, plus its self-worth for Leo. For you guys, it's really important, not just what money, what is really sustenance represent for you overall. Okay, it's really, really important. And definitely see things from the heart perspective because you are such a big people. So the second house can really help you with this Mercury retrograde to understand how to save money, why to save money, and definitely what is the donation represent, what is the energy, what the protection you can get by having some organization to be involved to donate your time, your money, your energy. Okay, very important. Good luck to you. Next one, we have Cancer. And Cancerians, for you, Mercury retrograde in your third house and in your natal chart, it's very interesting. It's your 12th and your third house as well. So it's really familiar energy to you. So now it's even more opportunity for you. Definitely, try not to express your emotions too much because you will feel like you really want to express your emotions. Try to look at things in perspective and remember the previous video, what Kabbalists recommend, right? It's really important because you're considering in general Mercury, it's not easy planet for you because again Mercury, it's all about logic. You guys came with the energy on moon, and moon it's about emotions. So this is the opportunity for you how to combine those opposite energies and to create that center column energy to be more balanced. Okay, really, really important. There's so many things I can tell you, but really in a nutshell, the third house, it's your speech, it's your thoughts, it's your expression. It's really what Mercury is about, and you will be given the opportunity to use your initial natal chart energy to appreciate the logic. Many times when we using too much our sensitivity and too much our intuition, it can be double-edged, the intuition and illusion, remember? So just make sure while you trying to overuse your intuition, you're not getting to the illusion. Try to be cool, zoom out, don't let your nervous system to take over, especially this is not that easy time for especially water signs, okay? So good luck to you, Cancerians. The next one, we have Gemini. And for you, Geminis, it's going to be, it's actually rule your first and your fourth house. And Mercury is retrograde in your fourth house, right? It's the house of Cancer. And even in your natal chart, you've been given, accepted, it's your first house. This is why you guys so smart, so intelligent, so unbelievable. One of the amazing qualities of this Mercury for Gemini, you know how to move forward and not to stuck in the present moment of the pain. So this is great quality. So, but right now, because it's connected to your fourth house, it will require for you to pay more attention to your family member, to your mother, to understand maybe perhaps you too quick how you communicate with you people who close to you. Maybe now you need to stop, to pause your mind and to listen what they have to say, to really hear it while they talk to you. Don't think what you're going to say next, which is very normal state of mind for Gemini. Try to be really focused and present. People feel it when we're present for them. This is another level of sharing. With sharing and giving, it's not just on the physical level, it's how present we are for people, to really pay attention what they're saying. Okay, so, and again, it's connected to your childhood, to your roots, to the foundation. So it's going to be really, really good time for you guys to go out of your comfort zone and to give more love to anyone, to connect, to your home, to your friends as well. Okay, good luck to you guys. For Taurus rising in Taurus moon, guys, for you, Mercury retrograde in your fifth house, and in your natal chart, it represents your second house, and the second house is your own house, and your fifth house, house of creation, of children. So this is why Taurus, they amazing parents. They really know how to feed kids, and they know how to play with kids, and they know how to be strict with the kids. It's one of the best sign for parents. And Mercury retrograde in your fifth house, which is, it's about fun, it's about creativity projects. So many ideas will come to you. So don't do anything new. Just put in writing, just make notes for yourself. Same thing with your children. Teach your children how to pause, how to be more present, how to, while your thoughts and idea comes, how to know to keep them and conceal. Do not share with many people, perhaps with anyone yet. Whatever ideas and thoughts you have, is more concealed, is more revealed, it's going to be after, because as more we talk about things, so many times after we lose the energy, or somebody else will pick up this idea in the cosmic energy in even other country without even. This is how powerful it is, how important to be concealed and not to talk about too much about your new ideas and new projects. And it's possible it can be a little bit of withdrawal of creativity energy as well. You're going to feel maybe disappointed about some things, even about your own connection with the kids, because there's so much going on in the sky. Don't worry, just really take it easy, pause, be present. This whole energy, it's about the center column energy. How we know to pause and to be present, to be better observer and not talker. By the way, this Mercury retrograde for Taurus rising in moon is extremely positive for the students. It's going to help you actually to do better your homework, to be more present, and to choose maybe even proper courses you were looking for. For the financial, it can be double-edged. Do not make any decisions because you might have amazing ideas about finance. So just keep for yourself as well, because it's the second house represent the your financial, your money, and your self-worth. Okay, so good luck to you, Taurus. Next one, we have Aries. For you, fearless Aries. Really one of my favorite signs for sure. You guys represent head, you represent logic actually as well. So for you in the natal chart, it's represent your third in your sixth house. And Mercury this time retrograde in your sixth house, right? So it's very, very powerful, because sixth house is the house of Virgo. It's in his own house, right? So it's about work, teaching, communication. Think about your job, your ideas, about your food. By the way, for all 12 signs, Mercury retrograde, it's extremely important to evaluate how you eat, what food represents for you, because food's supposed to be healing for us, because food can destroy or it can make us healthy, right? Same thing with our thoughts. What we eat, we build from what we eat, and we are what we think. So the sixth house is about routine, about organization, to be on time. And sometimes for Aries sometimes can be late because they overthinker. So it's really important time for you to really to be more punctual and to be more and to be more flexible with people, to let people do they think while you observe them, even at workplace, because you're going to feel a little bit like Virgo in workplace right now, guys, because of this energy. Okay, and definitely if you're going to feel a little bit more opening for you on a physical level, why you want to take your health to the next level. So take even some courses. By the way, this is amazing time to study any knowledge, especially whatever connect to the healing, connect to spirituality for all 12 signs, because the Jupiter will create amazing opening and will support us, and especially with the sixth house. Okay, Aries, I wish you good luck, guys. The next one we have Pisces. Beautiful Pisces, guys. For you, Mercury retrograde in the seventh house, but in your natal chart, it actually represents your fourth and your seventh house. So it's something familiar energy for you, right? It's all about the personal or business. Even in business, you're going to feel more personal. You think about your partner, and it reflects in the first house, right? Because of the seventh house on your natal chart. So it's really, really important. The seventh house, make sure you are not expressing your doubts in your partnership. If you're not in partnership, don't doubt yourself. Just really see this Mercury retrograde, how you can change your image, how you can bring more light, how you stop to be behind the scene. Because on a personal level, Pisces, business Pisces, and Pisces at home is like two different people, because of the duality of the sign as well. Because the Pisces, especially female woman Pisces, one of the best business women, because they really use the intuition making business decision, and usually it's right on. But when Mercury retrograde, use your intuition, how you can work on yourself, not on your partner and not on other people. It's really, really important, because if you're going to have any disagreement with your mom, with your partner, with anyone who close to you, even at workplace, take this as an opportunity to see what you can change about you. It's not about other people, especially now during the time of Bitula, time of Tshuva, and we're working on how to bring the final redemption closer to us, right? So I wish you the best, because you Pisces, you're one of the most spiritual, sign in zodiac system. You took up on yourself, on your shoulders, a lot of energy of spirituality. It's not easy, but so rewarding at the same time. Okay, I wish you good luck. Dear Aquarius, for you guys, Mercury retrograde in the 8th house. And in your natal chart, it's actually positioned in your 5th and your 8th house. So it's really familiar energy for you as well. And it's all about, it's the house of big transformation, right? You will look deeper to things, but make sure don't go too much, right? Because don't forget, Uranus is your planet beside the Saturn. So Uranus sometimes taken, Aquarius is to the future, to the upper level, while people here are busy with other stuff. Aquarius already in the future. So sometimes when they come back, they look at what's happening here, they're like, people, why you behave this way? Why you communicate? It's all about bigger picture. It's all about humanity. It's all about, but now, because it's in your 8th house, this time it's really important for you to go to your mystical side while you still need to stay here balance. 8th house is house of Scorpio. It's a house of depth, commitment. It's about how you mix studies, about esoteric mysticism, and how you can apply in day-to-day life. So I really recommend for you guys this period of time to study mystical knowledge, but for the practical level, for the goodness. No, don't go just for the sake of a beautiful conversation and to feel that you know more than somebody else. No, how practically this knowledge can help you, how it can make you better person in this society, how you can be more forgiving, how you can be more present, especially one-on-one relationship, right? And the 8th house, it's represent the money of other people as well. You can have idea how you can improve your own community, you're part of it. Because for you Aquarius, to be part of the community, it's like part of your breeding system, extremely important. And definitely see how you can, if you do have some kind of conflicts or misunderstanding with your siblings as well, right, with your older siblings, and definitely think how you can change the approach you have. Okay, so I wish you good luck, guys. The next one we have Capricorn. You guys, amazing sign who really going to benefit from this transition tremendously for your spiritual growth. And I'll tell you why, because Mercury is retrograde in your ninth house. Now, in your natal chart, it's ruled your sixth house, house of work, commitment, house of conflict, in ninth house, in house of spirituality. I always say Capricorn, it's take for Capricorn a while to arrive to spirituality. It's not easy to convince Capricorn, but as soon they understand that only through the spirituality is the consistency, is the blessing, it's real sustenance, you cannot take Capricorn out of spirituality. Therefore, this particular period of time, Capricorn, I so recommend for you to study deep knowledge, because the Jupiter gonna help you, and it's in the ninth house, a house of the deep knowledge, a house of spirituality. Don't go to the religious side of the concept of dogmatic, and try to, if you're in a religious environment, if you are part of the community, try to apply more spiritual rules of engagement and work on yourself. Don't pay attention what's happening with other people. See how you can be a better person in society. And again, use this time, take knowledge, make sure you have a teacher. This is the perfect period of time to revisit your relationship with your own teacher. If you don't have teacher, make a plan. See how you can reach out and to have a teacher or mentor or somebody you have in your life where you can reach out and ask, what can I change? What do you think something it can really benefit and can make me grow further? And because it's the house of philosophy, but philosophy, it's still limited. It's much bigger than just philosophy. It's our soul, our purpose, what kind of creator we are here in this dimension. Okay, so I wish you good luck, Capricorn. All the best to you guys. Next one, we have Sagittarius. For you guys, Mercury retrograde in the 10th house, in the house of Capricorn. And you guys, Capricorn, need to be filled what is to be with the house of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, for you, it's extremely important. It will make you a little bit more serious because it's in your 10th house. And again, in your natal chart, Mercury rule your 7th in your 10th house. So it's really familiar to you. By this time, it will help you, whatever project you already start prior to Mercury retrograde. It's going to be excellent time for you to take some courses, to evaluate, to make some changes for the future, to do your homework. It's excellent. And the 10th house as well is the house of status, house of how can you you reach next level in your professional stage, right? Whatever you do. So it's really good period of time for you to take courses, to gain knowledge. But there's nothing more important than knowledge of spirituality, because it will make you different quality of person. When we grow in spiritual, no matter what we do, everything we touch have different energy, because when we elevate ourselves spiritually, the grass greener outside. This is how practical, this is how it's important. We need to understand to be spiritual. It's super practical to be spiritual, because any decision you make, your level of thoughts, you apply bigger picture, you include others, how, and then creator will see then you already behave like creator, and he has no choice to support you, to be always beside you. Okay, guys, very, very important. So whatever connect to business, to the self growth, a very, very good period of time for you guys. Just make sure at workplace you don't say something you're going to regret after. Okay, so just try to control your speech on this period of time. Always good idea, but especially because something you will regret after. Okay, wish you good luck, Sagittarius. Next one, we have a Scorpio. Scorpio, you are really amazing sign, guys. In your natal chart, it's represent in your 8th and your 11th house, which is 8th house, it's your own house. And this time, Mercury retrograde in your 11th house. And 11th house, it's such an important house for you, Scorpio. It's your depth, your investigation nature, now helping you to understand what is to be part of the society and to put people together, not just as a mafia. Scorpio is really the head of the mafias. No matter what you do, you're so committed. Now, how can I really invest and give to the community I'm at, right? Very, very important. And 11th house is the house of the friendship. Again, it's the house of Aquarius, right? And Mercury has a fixed focus when it's with energy of Aquarius. So for you, Scorpio, you will need to learn this period of time even more you can include other people, how you can include the community, how they can include other group of people in your plans, and to bring your energy while to combine the group of people energy together. You understand? And 11th house is the very karmic house, is the house of ancestral lineages of father side as well. And I do recommend for you guys, Scorpio, to understand your relationship with your father. What really learning lessons you got from your father? It can help you this period of time. And again, take courses of spirituality, because of the 11th house is going to help you to understand things from the upper level, because you came from the underworld. You one of your main planets beside beside Mars, it's really Pluto. And Pluto is very powerful right now in the sky. And you guys feel so much energy now with the 11th house. It will require from you go from the darkness, from the dark thoughts, from the mysticism, from alchemistry, because you're like a walking mystics and alchemists, to go to upper level like Aquarius, to understand what is the future, what is really, how to be light, how to be easy. It's really, really good time for you guys. I wish you good luck, Scorpio. All the best. Next one we have Libra, and for you, dears, peaceful and peacemakers, Libras, Mercury retrograde in the 12th house. And remember, in your natal chart, it's in your 9, very spiritual house, in the 12th house, behind the scene, the sleepy house, I call it, but the house you should definitely use for your dreams. This period of time, especially for you, Libra, you're going to get dreams you would never believe it's even possible. Please have a piece of paper and pen beside you in the bed when you wake up at night, even just write it down right away. What was dream? You will have so many messages. You don't understand. People wait a long period of time to have Mercury retrograde in the 12th house to get messages from your own higher self. But in order for you to get pure messages, make sure you don't need to eat or drink alcohol before sleep. You read Zohar or you read spiritual literature before you go to sleep. You do your prayers. You prepare your soul, and then you will be allowed to take to the pure dimension, not the corrupted. Because when we go sleep upset on somebody, if we go sleep with a heavy heart, our soul will be stuck in the illusionary dimension. We cannot be allowed to go to a higher level, to Ulam, even to Ulam Atzilut. You understand? This is where real truth coming from. And in order for us, there's a special tools we have how to go sleep in order to get prophetic dreams. Okay, so for you, Libras, it's so important. And it's the house of spirituality. It's a house of connecting to your imagination, your spirituality, how you write, your writing skills, even your mind can understand things outside of this world. And what else I recommend this period of time, to just dance in front of the mirror, because the 12th house, represent feet, and walking and dancing. It's so good. You're going to activate actually your spirituality through that process, believe it or not. It's really good to walk outside, to go to the nature, to get prophetic ideas. It's all about, and your philosophy will transform to real spirituality. It's really, really beautiful connection for you, Libras. I'm really happy. I really, you should definitely use this, and just for you guys to remind, we're going to have very, very important days, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, when Mercury will be in perfect opposition with Jupiter, and they're going to be, it's literally Jupiter will be forcing to teach Mercury of the higher knowledge. But if we're going to be prepared for that, and we're going to really do proper meditation, and we're going to know, use this period of time, you're going to really take your soul to the next level. You're going to be like a giant tzaddik. I'm telling you, this is how powerful the cosmic energy. We can live without really connect to this energy, and it can just pass. But if we know how to connect to this energy, how really, really use this tremendous energy for our benefit, I can tell you guys it's completely different approach, right? So I wish you good luck to all of us, including myself, and many, many blessings and much love. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.